Hello everyone and welcome back to the.universary. Now the beginning of this video doesn't have any audio for about the first minute, but I wanted you to see the demeanor of the defendant prior to the judge getting on and fully getting the case started. So that's why there's a portion that has no audio. But I think we might have a unicorn. This is a man who, by all appearances, gives off a very soft sit vibe, but he's polite, he is reasonable, and he takes accountability. Now, this one can't be handled before Magistrate Braley because some things have to be handled by a judge. So, we will be having another hearing and I will be bringing it to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you enjoy.
Good morning, Mr. Bay. Now calling case number 24T00158. This is Ypsilanti Township versus Vash Bay. Can you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Dash Bay.
Okay, thank you very much. So before we get started, I do see that we have an advice of rights form in here for you that you sign. Do you have any questions about your rights this morning?
No.
Okay. Do you wish to be represented by the public defender?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Today is the date and time set for an arraignment in this matter. So the purpose of this arraignment is to explain to you the charge against you. So I'm not asking you at this point if you agree with this. I will just be asking you if you understand what the charge against you is. So what I have is a misdemeanor complaint that charges that on or about April 6th of 2024 at Whitaker and Stony Creek, you did operate a motor vehicle in a place open to the general public or generally accessible to motor vehicles while under the influence of alcoholic liquor and or having an alcohol content of 0.17 grams or more per 210 liters of breath or per 100 milliliters of blood. This is contrary to Ypsilanti Township Ordinance Code 58-286. This count is otherwise known as operating while intoxicated with a high BAC. So, you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. There's a maximum penalty for this of up to 180 days in jail, a fine of not less than $200 or more than $700 with court costs, or both. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So, at this time, I am noting that you are appearing voluntarily, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So, shall the court enter a not guilty plea on your behalf?
I was going to go ahead and just plead guilty.
Okay. So, due to the nature of this charge and because I am the magistrate, I cannot accept a guilty plea from you. That has to be done by the judge. Okay.
Oh.
So, you'll have the opportunity to do that at your next court date. What I will do for the moment is note that you are standing mute to the charges. Okay. Okay. Your pretrial court date. Your pretrial court date will be July 17th. So that will be July 17th, 2024 at 9 a.m. over Zoom, and that will be before Judge Washington.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And at this time, the court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. Within the next 24 hours, you are to report to community corrections for drug and alcohol testing. You will need $12 and a photo ID. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. And you are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court. So that includes your pretrial on July 17th. That also includes going to community corrections. Now, did you have something that you wanted to ask?
You said the next 24 hours of community corrections?
Yes.
Okay, it might be a little bit difficult for me because I'm in my own vehicle. I haven't had it since the incident, so I've been riding my bike back and forth to work in my I'll try my best
Okay.
to go.
And
I mean, I'm just yeah.
okay. So what I will do is the 11th. I
I'm
will
supposed to
give
get in the
you
vehicle the next 4.
here. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. What I'm gonna do is turn off your camera for the moment because sometimes that helps. Okay. So you said you're supposed to be getting a vehicle when?
And probably next day or two. But right now I don't have a vehicle. I hadn't had one in a couple months.
Okay. So what I am going to do then is give you until close of business on June 14th. So
Okay.
that's the end of the day, Friday. Okay. If
Okay.
all else fails, I realize I don't think there's transportation from Milan into Ann Arbor, but if you can bike into Ipsy, you can get a bus.
Oh yeah.
So that, if worst comes to worst. Okay. And I do see we've got a valid 625G permit at this point. Good. Okay. Okay. So you can have
So what if I have a marijuana card? Can that be okay to smoke marijuana or no? Do I have to or just for the alcohol?
so until you get to community corrections, you are not to use marijuana. If you've got your medical marijuana card, take that with you when you go to community corrections. Okay? Because at that point it should be fine, but you're not to use until you've presented your card to them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No. Is it possible if I could go to Cedar Point the 29th for a job? If I show you documentations or anything like that.
So, okay.
I mean, it's not a necessity. I'm just saying if I can and cannot.
So, as far as getting permission to travel out of state, at this point, the court doesn't have a problem with it necessarily. You need to do everything that the court just ordered as far as going to community corrections and all that. If you need a travel pass to go out of state, call the 14B district court and speak with the probation department. They are the ones who will issue the travel pass, and they will tell you what you need to provide to get one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Any more questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. The court will set a personal recognizance bond at this time. So basically that means you are promising to show up for your next court date. I will note that the bond and conditions will be entered into the law enforcement information network. So they will be readily accessible to any police officers that you may come into contact with. And if they have probable cause to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, you can be arrested on the spot and held for a bond violation hearing in front of the judge, who may revoke your bond and set a new, more restrictive one. Do you understand all that?
Understand.
Okay, thank you. So then at this time, if you don't have any more questions, you are free to sign out of Zoom.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.